Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. Today we're gonna ask and answer the one simple question. We thought going into it that this hero. So I wanted to see the banner. We just go straight in. There's no other event. Is this Hero's Path? It is the most generically named one possible. Hero's Path, Hero's Path. There's nothing special. It's just a Hero's Path. It does have a very cool background though. I will say the background, that's sick. 10 out of 10 on that. I don't know what that's a reference to. But this does have the 5-star Perfect Soul for Skorid the Half Spawn. It is in there, but is it worth it? Well, let's take a look. So if we jump over here, in fact, let me make this full screen. I need to figure out what the short key is for full screen. We've got a few different paths we can go through. Someone on my Discord actually put this together because I'm late doing this video today. So that was nice, not having to make the full screen image myself. So there's a few paths through. So path number 1 is this one, the green path. What is this green path? Oh, sorry, wrong brush. What is this green path? Well, basically, we're going to go down here. You have to go through the middle first to get this key. So we're going to go grab that key. And then we're going to go down the left-hand side, open this lock with the key we just got. Then we got to get a barrel, a 6-star mythic chaos ore, and then 50,000 points for the Skorid the Half Spawn. So there's a lot of expensive stuff along the way. Like this barrel, the chaos ore. I mean, they're nice to have, but they're, in my opinion, not really worth the points. Again, 5 chaos dust is nice to have, but it's a big old chunk of points when you're staring down 50k at the end. So all that comes together for a lot. Well, spoilers for some of the other paths we're going to cost out here. That's 89,800. That is massively high. Obviously, over half of the cost is in the Perfect Soul itself, but there's still basically 40,000 points that you've got to do just to get there, which is insane. And it doesn't look like it. It doesn't, but it is, which is just kind of crazy. So there you go. That's one option. Now your other option, this is the mythical path. For those who like mythicals, it's really the same thing, but going down the right-hand side instead. So again, we go into the middle to get the key. We go down the right-hand side. Slightly different rewards here, but nothing too crazy. I mean, I would say a 5-star speed cliff's a lot better than an epic tome, though it is 2,000 more. We've got a 5-star chicken for 9,000. Ouch. Ouch. But then you do have the mythical skill tome and you do have an eternal soul stone. So those are both very, very nice, though very expensive. Very expensive. And I mean, it sort of begs the question for me, like, yeah, I'd love to have an eternal soul stone, but they sell those for about as much as a sacred shard, and that's like 7 sacred shards worth of points. So unless you really, really, really like the progressive chance event that's on right now, it's obviously not worth it. And, you know, it's not like you can even pick this up on your way to Skorid. It's on a complete detour, in fact, that you'd have to do a whole bunch of extra points. So this is, yeah, it's very much whale territory. Now, the mythical tomes are nice because they're limited, but still, what is the progressive chance? Oh yeah, we looked at this already. I mean, I'd say like Otharion and Barakin or Geomancer is quite good. You could even get this guy if you need him for the Mikage fusion. So it's decent, but nothing too crazy. And the Voids, yeah, they're decent, nothing too crazy. There's different stuff to... No, there isn't different stuff tomorrow. That's it for the weekend. Acrisia is nice, but yeah, that's kind of intensive. So this path, how much is that red path? Well, 79,300. It's 10,000 cheaper. It's a good chunk cheaper, but it's still very expensive. And yeah, of course, that Eternal Soulstone could be something completely random. The Mythic Tome is nice, but it is only a partial, you know, booking 1 of 10 skills, shall we say, skill points on a mythical champion. It's good to get, but I am really not convinced, especially because we're coming in and we know that there's an event coming in for like, well, probably events coming in for these Norse gods, right? The Asgard Divide. You can bet there's going to be shard events in there. The yellow path was me going, okay, what if we go and grab a legendary book? Now, you could make this longer. So you can see this is 27,800. Coming into the middle, again, you've got to go grab the key. At least the Chaos Dust is decent. You do get an Immortal Soulstone on your way and a legendary book, so that's not too bad. You could then, if you wanted, you'd have to go grab these 2 keys here for 2,000 and then add on. You're basically adding on another 20,000 for a legendary book, which is a good chunk. So you can decide if that's up for you, but add up to whatever, like 46,000, whatever it is, 800 for the other legendary book if you want to. Again, very expensive. And here's one question I had is, well, what if we don't really care too much about this path? Like, where do we go? There's not much. There's not much to get. If you can get points from dungeon divers, So if you're gonna, pull a couple of shards for fun, but no more than a couple, and if you're gonna do a bit of dungeon divers, like what do you do? Like one mortal soulstone, not great, a 4-star. Like all that stuff's useless. These are the small posts. They're not the medium ones, so these are pretty useless as well. I think probably your best bet would be to come down and grab the 5-star speed glyph, but even that is not particularly exciting. But that's like, yeah, if you happen to have that many points, that's what to get. Otherwise, pick up some random stuff. I mean, you could also go for the Chaos War. It's okay. But yeah, there's not really much to do here. There's not much good if you're not going super hard. Now, what are the costs of these paths in terms of shards? So you can see the shard that you're going to get. You also get Dungeon Diver points, which is nice. You can see the shard costs here. And I also did work it out roughly for energy. Now, very roughly, but still to give you a ballpark. For the green path, that's basically 300 ancient shards, 300 per pop, which is just insane. 300 ancient shards for the Skorid Soul. That is nuts. For voids, it's 120. Again, that is insane. I think that is what they've had for the best void guaranteed ever. The most expensive one, but the best champion, which was White King Narses. I think he was 120. I think maybe he was even less. Maybe he was 110. I don't know. But that's hugely expensive in voids. Primals. Now, primals are boosted. They have given them more points. But you're just using primals to go for a 15x, a progressive chance for legendaries and stuff. It's pretty bad. And that's 33. That's, again, a huge amount of primals. Like, for me, I haven't bought any since the last one. I'm up to 24. Now, if I did do more live arena, I could have more. I could maybe have about 30. I could be most of the way there, to be fair, on primals. But that would be getting basically all of the ones that are available for free, which is a lot. And personally, I still would not pull the primals. I wouldn't do it outside of a 2x mythicals right now. It's just the mythicals getting your best chance is just too good. Sacreds, 20. Again, that's crazy. 20 sacreds just for a 5-star soul. That is nuts. And I also worked out for super raids. So I did hard 10 of dragon. I just did one run. I got a 5-star epic and a 5-star mythical, which is 82 points, I think is what it was. It was definitely 82 points. I think those were the qualities of the artifacts. So I worked out it would take me basically almost 1,100 super raids at 40 energy apiece. It would cost 44,000 energy to get that Skorid Soul. So needless to say, that's not happening. Doing some dungeon divers is going to give you a few little points here or there. But this is really all about the shards. And yeah, that Skorid Soul is incredibly, incredibly expensive. It's massively expensive. I think this is far too expensive for a soul for a decent champion, but nothing too crazy. Like, he's good. He is good, but I don't think it's worth all this stuff. I think just truck along and ignore it. And that's a bummer because there's no like 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star souls in here. Like, getting him 2-star would have been kind of nice, or 3-star would have been quite nice. That new Nature's Bounty Blessing is actually quite good. Get a bit of extra let me see over here. Okay, well, actually, let's get a legendary. Like, coming in, that new Nature's Wrath would have given him, 8% damage boost for every debuff he placed. Cool. And some defensive stats and some attack. That would have been quite nice, but not happening. So that was your, yeah, that's the green path. The red path, I don't think I actually worked out the red path. I didn't bother, but it's basically the same minus a couple of sacreds and whatnot. But the red path is super expensive. And then we've got the yellow path. Just if you're curious, the yellow path, 93 ancients, 37 voids, 10 primals, 6 sacreds, or it would be probably about 13,000 energy. So I could see some people maybe doing this, but all you're getting out of doing this yellow path, you get like 5 chaos dust. I mean, that's nice. If I remove the other paths, sorry, this is the wrong one. This one here. You're getting, yes, 1 legendary tome and 1 immortal and some dust. Like, you're getting some stuff, but is it worth it? Now, I just think this is maybe the path that you would go down if you're pulling a few shards for the 15x. Again, I would not recommend that. But if you're the sort of person, you're like, I'm not really paying attention to the path. I'm pulling like whatever. I've got like 5 sacreds. I'm pulling 5 sacreds for the Wallmaster Atharion because I love him or something. Yeah, or you want the guy for the Mikage fusion, whatever. You could go grab the legendary book, but that would be sort of all I would be doing there. And Yeah, that's sort of it, guys, really. I honestly think, is this path any good? No. I think this path is pretty terrible. I think it's extremely expensive. It's one of the most expensive ones we've seen for a champion that's good. But yeah, I think Skorid, he's in that like really solid damage dealer category, but he's not top tier. He's not at the top of it. And that is a problem. Because, you know, if this soul was cheaper and more accessible, that would make it more tempting to people. Be like, okay, you know what? Like, yeah, sure, Michinaki's better, but oh man, you know, a 5-star soul for this guy. I don't have that on Michinaki. That pushes him a bit higher. Okay, maybe I will pull some shards and, you know, have a bit of a chance for Natharion. Okay, maybe I'll do it. But honestly, this is so pricey. I just don't see it. I feel like this is really Wales only. Yeah, considering, like I said, considering Asgard Divide is coming soon, I would strongly recommend skipping this. Even if it would be a nice upgrade for you, I think you can skip this path, guys. I think skip it. Save your shards for stuff that's coming soon. This is just too expensive, is my thought on it. But let me know. If you disagree, especially, let me know your reasonings why you might go for it. But I think this one is pretty darn poor, and I will certainly be saving my shards. Thanks very much, Plarium. I'll see you guys all next time. Thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.